Good evening. I welcome you to today's live section on our series. We've been talking on our business and our trade and our markets. Today, I'll be sharing with you the opportunity in the metaverse. Today, I want to speak on the opportunities, how you can make money in the metaverse. Many persons have saw the video I did previously talking about the metaverse. We've done some couple of videos to speak on some various opportunities around the metaverse and what the metaverse tends to offer. Many who have seen this have heard about what the metaverse is and what opportunities around it have been providing or offering to those who are leveraging from it. Quite agree with me that the metaverse space is a very massive and elaborate space for those who are leveraging from it. But before I continue, let me give you a little recap of what the metaverse is all about. From what the name simply implies, meta and universe coming together means the meta means the abstract with the universe. These are two words coined together that help us to redefine the way and manner man will be operating in the new ecosystem called the metaverse. The metaverse is a redefinition of the internet. The metaverse is another way we can interact and provide results, creates an opportunity for people to react or to relate, to interconnect within a space. Why all this are coming is because the movement of the transition of the internet from Web 1 to Web 2, now we are progressing or transiting to Web 3. We have seen that a lot of add-ons or informations are beginning to come into the upgrade of what we have as the internet or the computers or the system of interaction within the internet or the internet space. With the advent of the social medias and all of this in time past, we've discovered that a lot of yearnings, needs that men want to have in terms of how they tend to relate more, how they tend to operate business, how they tend to promote whatever they want to promote, how they tend to influence things in a better way. So these are the yearnings that the metaverse tends to propose that are making it sell out or stand out from the present opportunity that are proposing generally in the market today. So friends, let me give you a little rundown on how you can be part of this. You can be part of this. The metaverse, it's not just a singular space. No, it is not just a one-way portal or an application where you say, I want to download the metaverse app. No, it is like a window, just like when you have the internet. The internet is a space where you have different web or computer programs fused into the space or the computer space that you and I can have access to. The same way the metaverse operates, where you have different content providers or different space where you can connect still to it through different mediums. For instance, Decentraland is a very good example of this metaverse. So those companies, the company that provides these services, provide opportunity for those who want to acquire digital land to acquire them, so that those who want to build infrastructures on the digital space in the metaverse can do that. So these are very, very, very vast ways whereby those who are interested in building, owning properties in the decentralized land can do that through the company that is providing that. Another one again is Sandbox. Sandbox is another provider of metaverse, And outside that, it's also a gaming platform. It provides gaming solution where people can interrelate or interact with different gaming softwares that could equally do virtually various things. Some go in there to play for fun, some go in there to earn as they play. So these are various opportunities you can look at and say that the metaverse space is a very more elaborate space where you don't just only go there for just only for work or for, there are other things you look at for business, fun, and pleasure. So those are things that we begin to look at. What are those opportunities that ropes around them? All right. For instance, you saw Meta, which is Facebook. Meta is one company that is beginning to leverage from this technology, begin to build. They are building now a infrastructure, a detailed metaverse community where you can virtually do everything, whatever you want to do, just like you have just sitting down here. Like for instance, I can use my avatar in the space to relate to somebody in UK or in Canada or in any part of the world, even in my village, for instance. All right, these are various ways where with my avatar or with any whosoever avatar it's used, you can relate and get the same feeling as if you are there. That is one thing you have to look at. So what are then the opportunities around us? What are then the offerings that this tend to provide? Number one, we look at those who are into real estate. Another opportunity have come for those who want to venture into buying and selling of properties via this window. Somebody who bought an asset on the central land or let's say Axie Infinity, for instance. You can equally buy an Axie Infinity land that's going for $3,649, for instance, and you might have an offer. Somebody who wants to buy from you. Maybe you bought an asset, a property close to maybe a mall or, for instance, a recreation park within the space, within the ecosystem, and a company wants to use or buy your plots for a shop or a showroom, or wants to buy it for a gallery. So when you look at all of those things, you that bought the land, you choose to sell at your price, at your own discretion. That is the beauty of it. And these lands are not just in abundance. They are not the kind of land that are without limit. They are limited lands. They are limited land. That is why when there is actual amount of supply, demand will bring about the skyrocketing of the price. So this is very, very key for us to understand how this market is being influenced. Because when decentralized is providing 91,000 plots of land within the space, and you have people coming to buy from decentralized, in no time you expect that there will be scarcity. And the moment there is scarcity, demand will definitely come. And when demand comes, what happens to price? So these are things we begin to consider and begin to look at all of that as one of the factors. Another thing we look at again in this community are those who are, let's say for instance, providing solution, like you're providing payment gateway. The payment gateway, whoever provides payment gateway in any ecosystem, provide like a medium of payment. Just like for instance, in our real life ecosystem, we find out that the banks are the payment gateway we have most times, or other payment platforms. When you have all of that happening in the real life, so in the same way, what happens to the virtual reality or the augmented reality ecosystem that we are looking at? So these are very, very vital information that you begin to look at. We have now moved from the reality to the virtual reality. The virtual reality will create more opportunities than what you might ever think of. Before yesterday precisely on the news, I saw on the news that Nissan and Toyota has gone into the metaverse. Implies that they're already buying plots of lands or developing their own showroom. Discovered that JP Morgan are already in the metaverse, bought their own plot in the metaverse. That's to tell you that in no time, all of this transaction, all of their businesses, rather than going to their showroom to do an auto shop or shopping for any of the vehicles, you can go through their avatar. With your avatar, go to their showroom online and check out whatever you want to check in their metaverse space. So this metaverse space is a very, very insightful, very it's a very new space that many persons who will be privileged to take opportunity at this early stage make good projects that will be viable, and it's going to make them a lot of fortune. So friends, this is why we have come to share with you great opportunities around this ecosystem. For those who are into art, music, you have a musical collection, you have whatever you want to sell, you have a show. For instance, the other day I was watching that Justin Bieber happened to conduct a concert in the metaverse, and he had an audience there coming there to watch him perform in his concert. So because the world is trying to pull out from the general way or the centralized way of doing things, rather going to the decentralized, where you can still have the same effect, the same feeling as you were in the centralized system. So friends, this is the trend. This is the dynamics of change that we are beginning to experience. So those education will be going to be impacted and affected by this wave very seriously, friends. Your children likely might be having to be tutored through this ecosystem, through this new ecosystem, having to be in the class where you can be tutored by other people from different race, different parts of the world, and they can have this interaction. They can have the same feeling as though they are traveling abroad. They can have the same impactation as those they are relating with other people from other parts of the world. So decentralization or this new technology will help bridge that racial discrimination, distances of not being able to access some facility because of limitations, maybe the racial limitation or financial limitations, or maybe diseases or epidemic or pandemic or whatever it is. So these are the things and benefits. When we look at this new trending ecosystem, we begin to see that it's an opportunity for those who want to leverage from it to begin to look at it, look at what you can, begin to develop a niche for yourself, begin to develop a niche and pitch your tent around it. Friends, I've just come to tell us again, the market is evolving. Things are beginning to change. The tide has actually changed. It's another opportunity for you to leverage from what we are sharing with you for you to better yourself. This is the best time to own a bank. This is the best time to own a university. This is the best time to own whatever you want to own without having anyone to go through licensing, without having you to go through all of those rigorous process of acquiring what you want to acquire in the real life. So this decentralization is the way to go. It's a way that will encourage everyone to be whatever he or she wants to become without any border and without any limit. Thank you for your time. Do have time to continue to go through our take time to go through our video. Take time to ask questions. Drop your comment on our comment section. Do where to personally ask me questions, send me direct messages. Then we can continue from there, and we'll keep you in touch to see that you are in tune with this trending technology. Thank you for your time. Like our videos so that we continue to do this more. Subscribe to our channels so that we continue to bring up this content, more of them to you. Thank you for your time. Do have a blessed day. God bless you.